You come here then running over with wine and self-pity to conquer Caesar.
How many of Hollywood's most beloved stars were hiding explosive secrets behind their glamorous smiles? How many on-screen romances were fueled by real-life passion, heartbreak, and betrayal? You think today's celebrity scandals are shocking? Think again. Hollywood's golden age didn't just produce legendary films, it produced legendary secrets. Affairs that destroyed marriages, ruined reputations, and, in some heartbreaking cases, altered the course of entire careers. From secret children to open rebellions against societal expectations, these stories reveal a side of Hollywood that the cameras never captured. Today, we pull back the curtain and expose 10 Golden Age stars who cheated with their co-stars, and trust me, number 3 will leave you speechless. Behind the glittering premieres, the red carpets, and the studio lights were passion, deception, and choices that forever shaped the stars we idolize today. 1. Clark Gable and Loretta Young, The Secret Child. In 1935, Clark Gable, already Hollywood's reigning king, was cast alongside the young and devout Catholic actress Loretta Young in Call of the Wild. Gable was married to his second wife, Maria Rhea Langham, but the chemistry on set was undeniable. The film's remote Washington state location created isolation, a bubble where normal rules seemed suspended. According to the film's assistant director, the secluded environment allowed Gable and Young to form a connection that quickly evolved into a full-blown affair. The relationship reached a devastating climax when Young discovered she was pregnant. For a young actress whose public image was one of wholesomeness, this was a potential career-ending scandal. What followed became one of Hollywood's most elaborate cover-ups. Young vanished from public view, secretly gave birth to a daughter, and orchestrated what appeared to be an adoption of her own child. The makeup artist who worked with Young later revealed the painstaking lengths she went to hide the truth. Every day, Young would adjust her daughter Judy's appearance, darkening her eyebrows, reshaping her ears to conceal the undeniable resemblance to Clark Gable. For more than 3 decades, Young maintained the adoption story, even to Judy herself. It wasn't until 1966 that Judy overheard a stranger remark on her resemblance to Gable that the truth finally emerged. Young admitted the secret she had protected for over 30 years. Remarkably, the studio system's protection and the absence of social media meant the cover-up succeeded completely. Loretta Young maintained her career. Clark Gable never publicly acknowledged his daughter. Judy Lewis, the hidden product of this affair, later wrote in her memoir, "I lived my life as a lie. My birth was a shameful secret that had to be hidden at all costs." This affair wasn't just a scandal, it reshaped lives for decades. 2. Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton, Erotic Vagrancy. Few Hollywood affairs rivaled the intensity of Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton during Cleopatra in 1963. By then, Taylor was married to Eddie Fisher, whom she had notoriously stolen from Debbie Reynolds. Burton, meanwhile, had been married to Sybil Williams for 14 years. From their first meeting on the set, their attraction was immediate and overpowering. Director Joseph L. Mankiewicz recalled that Taylor and Burton often kissed during filming, not as acting, but as a reflection of their real passion. Production schedules frequently delayed as the pair disappeared to hotel rooms or private sets. Unlike many secretive affairs, Taylor and Burton flaunted their romance publicly, appearing together at restaurants and hotels across Rome. The media frenzy was immediate. Newspapers across the globe reported on the scandal. The Vatican denounced Taylor for erotic vagrancy, and U.S. congressmen publicly condemned the couple. The fallout was intense. Both Taylor and Burton divorced their spouses, marrying in 1964. Yet their volatility persisted. They divorced in 1974, remarried in 1975, and divorced again in 1976. The affair changed Hollywood, too. The era of tightly controlled star images began to fade as the public demanded more transparency from celebrities. Taylor and Burton's passion wasn't just scandal, it was cinematic. Films like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf were infused with the emotional authenticity born from their turbulent off-screen romance. 3. Ingrid Bergman and Roberta Rosellini, The Heartbreaking Price. Few affairs carried such catastrophic consequences as Ingrid Bergman's 1949 romance with Italian filmmaker Roberta Rosellini. Bergman, the epitome of Hollywood grace after films like Casablanca and Notorious, was married to neurosurgeon Peter Lindstrom, with whom she had a 10-year-old daughter, Pia. Rosellini, meanwhile, was married with a son. Their passionate affair during the filming of Stromboli shocked Hollywood. When Bergman became pregnant, the backlash was instantaneous and merciless. She was condemned from pulpits across America. Theaters refused to show her films, and even the United States Senate criticized her actions. Her ex-husband Lindstrom refused her access to Pia, effectively separating mother and daughter. Bergman sacrificed career, reputation, and her firstborn for love, a love that ultimately ended in betrayal. Rosellini had affairs during their marriage, leading to divorce in 1957. Only later did Bergman return triumphantly to Hollywood, winning an Academy Award for Anastasia in 1956. Yet the scars of exile, public shaming, and separation from her daughter remained. Bergman later reflected, "I have no regrets. I regret the things I didn't do, not what I did." Her story is a cautionary tale about the gendered hypocrisy of Hollywood. Male stars often escaped consequences, while female stars paid a devastating price. 4. Joan Crawford and Clark Gable, Hollywood's longest affair. Clark Gable makes a second appearance on this list, this time with Joan Crawford. Their romance began with Dance, Fools, Dance in 1931 and continued over decades, spanning 8 films and multiple marriages. MGM head Louis B. Mayer deliberately paired them professionally while keeping their private relationship hidden. Even after Gable married Carole Lombard in 1939, Crawford and Gable maintained a complicated physical and emotional bond. Publicly, Lombard tolerated the attraction, reportedly telling Crawford, "You can have him on set, but he always comes home to me." After Lombard's tragic death in 1942, Gable and Crawford briefly rekindled their relationship during They All Kissed the Bride. Their affair persisted largely in secret, surviving the scrutiny of Hollywood and lasting nearly 30 years. Crawford maintained a private shrine of photographs to Gable, marking his death anniversary in solitude, a testament to the enduring emotional complexity of their bond. 5. Lana Turner and Tyrone Power, The Passionate Fling. In 1940, Lana Turner and Tyrone Power co-starred in Johnny Apollo. Power, married to French actress Annabella, was a top romantic lead at 20th Century Fox. Turner, only 19, had already become a rising sex symbol. Their on-set connection turned into an intense off-screen romance. According to an electrician on set, the studio lot was a battlefield of lust, with the stars disappearing between takes, emerging disheveled yet radiant. Studio executives orchestrated complex measures to conceal Power's infidelity, including alarms to warn him if Annabella unexpectedly visited the set. The affair was brief but impactful. Though it ended when filming wrapped, Turner reportedly remembered Power with a mixture of longing and reflection decades later. Their relationship illustrates the unique environment of studio-era Hollywood, where proximity, opportunity, and chemistry created a perfect storm for forbidden romance. 6. Vivien Leigh and Laurence Olivier. From affair to madness. Their affair began in 1936 during Fire over England, while both were married to others. Olivier described Leigh as so incredibly beautiful, so entirely desirable that he felt like a moth drawn to a flame. The affair led both to divorce their spouses and marry each other in 1940. 1940 creating a union celebrated as the perfect marriage of theatrical royalty. Yet passion quickly gave way to tragedy. Leigh's mental health struggles, later diagnosed as bipolar disorder, and her continued affairs strained the marriage. The relationship that began with betrayal ended in emotional turmoil. Olivier's reflections underscore the danger of conflating passion with stability. Vivien and I were consumed by a fire of our own making. It gave us unimaginable heights of passion and depths of pain. 7. Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn, Hollywood's open secret. From 1942 until Tracy's death in 1967, Tracy and Hepburn maintained a 26-year affair. Their love endured despite Tracy refusing to divorce his devoutly Catholic wife, Louise. Hepburn, unable to publicly claim her role in his life, acted as his unacknowledged partner. Their relationship influenced 9 films, with directors incorporating their real-life rapport into performances. Hepburn devoted herself to Tracy's care during his illness, even negotiating contracts to ensure he could work safely on Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Despite immense personal sacrifice, she later reflected simply, "I loved Spencer Tracy. I would have done anything for him." Their story exemplifies discretion, devotion, and the sacrifices hidden behind Hollywood's glamour. 8. Greta Garbo and John Gilbert, the silent film scandal. In 1926, Garbo and Gilbert's affair during Flesh and the Devil became one of the silent era's most sensational scandals. Gilbert left his wife and proposed marriage, only for Garbo to reject the formalities, seeking passion without legal entanglements. Their on-screen chemistry was real, captured by cinematographer William Daniels, who noted that no direction was needed. The camera simply recorded their genuine infatuation. Gilbert's career collapsed with the advent of sound films, while Garbo's rose, cementing the power imbalance and tragedy inherent in their story. Gilbert died at 38, destroyed by heartbreak and alcoholism. Garbo, reclusive, never publicly mourned. 9. Debbie Reynolds and Robert Wagner, the unexpected liaison. Rumored to have had an affair in 1959 during Say One For Me, Reynolds and Wagner were both recovering from personal heartbreak, Reynolds from Eddie Fisher's betrayal, and Wagner from a separation with Natalie Wood. Their connection was discreet, private, and shielded by studio intervention. Unlike the publicized scandals of Taylor and Burton, their relationship was almost invisible to the media. Reynolds later reflected that the relationship was more about healing than love, demonstrating the subtler, often overlooked dynamics of studio-era affairs. 10. Desi Arnaz and multiple co-stars, the serial philanderer. Finally, Desi Arnaz, husband to Lucille Ball, engaged in numerous affairs throughout the production of I Love Lucy. While millions watched the idealized TV marriage, Ball endured her husband's indiscretions quietly, supported by studio staff who ensured her privacy. Arnaz's behavior ultimately led to their divorce in 1960, despite their professional success. Their daughter Lucy later reflected, "My father loved my mother until the day he died. But loving someone and being good for them are two different things." The contrast between on-screen perfection and off-screen reality exemplifies the tension that ran through Hollywood's golden age. Hollywood's golden age produced films that defined cinema history. Yet behind every glamorous premiere and glowing photograph, there were real lives entangled in secrets, affairs, and heartbreak. These stories reveal the human side of icons we idolize, the passions, mistakes, and consequences that shaped careers, families, and the very films we celebrate today. The chemistry you see on screen wasn't always acting. Sometimes it was passion spilling into reality. Sometimes it was heartbreak leaving scars that lasted decades, and in every case, these forbidden romances reshaped Hollywood history itself. From Clark Gable's Secret Child to Ingrid Bergman's Exile, Elizabeth Taylor's Scandalous Love, and Desi Arnaz's Hidden Betrayals, the golden age of Hollywood was as much about off-screen drama as on-screen magic. These 10 stories remind us that even in a world of carefully crafted illusions, human desires, mistakes, and vulnerabilities leave indelible marks. If you loved uncovering Hollywood's hidden scandals, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because the Golden Age's secrets are just getting started.